the stuff he does unseen work off the ball, getting into positions to allow them to take his position to score goals. He's such an unselfish player.
Yeah. It's a thumping win then for Liverpool in match week 8. So we're up and running as far as the game week is concerned. There's still so much to look forward to, including a 5-game goal rush. You've got a West Midlands derby between Aston Villa and Wolves. Leicester City against Manchester United. Perhaps two managers with something to prove despite their contrasting starts to the season. That's our feature game during Goal Rush. Manchester City, the champions, up against Burnley. They've won that fixture 5-0 in the last 4 meetings at the Etihad Stadium. Bottom club Norwich City, with a point to their name, take on an informed Brighton. Southampton, winless of course under Ralph Hasenhüttl this season, are up against Leeds. And there's a West London derby, I should say, at the Brentford Community Stadium between the new boys, and the impressive new boys at that, Brentford and Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. So a losing start then for Claudio Ranieri, and it sees Watford stay in 15th position in the table, but it's now 7 points from 8 games played. That 4-point gap to the bottom 3 could well be reduced after the game week is over. Liverpool now unbeaten after their first 8 games of the season. They go 2 points clear of Chelsea before the Blues' away trip to Brentford a little later. To go clear at the top of the table by 2 points, and a Roberto Firmino hat-trick. But it was up and running really after just 9 minutes. Sadio Mane with a special milestone goal, John.
Yeah, and it was the worst start Watford could possibly have. They're defending deep, they're defending in, where they're supposed to be defending deep, defending in numbers. You can't allow that space for Liverpool players to run into. Salah, Mane, they're so quick, and it's a fantastic ball by Salah. You know, when people talk about there's a competition between them, you don't make a pass like that to your teammate if there's a competition between you. It's a great ball.
Yeah, I mean, far too much space. We think with Ranieri, they would have been really compact. They weren't. You know, the wing backs were too high, and when you play players like that, they punish every mistake. Again, Messina, poor ball, and then they're just off. You know, they're too open. Yeah. Watford. You know, you said Ranieri think defensively they'd be compact, not tracking runners as you see there. Milner, it's too easy. I mean, look, Liverpool were fantastic. They were clinical. But Watford, it's going to take some time to get this all sorted. It's only Ranieri's first game, so it's hard to be critical. But I think he'll be worried at the fact there were so many open spaces and they weren't compact like he wanted them to be.
And we spoke about making the change to a back 4, which they actually did, and they did better. But still, nevertheless, and this was unfortunate, you know. Of course, I'm delighted for Bobby Firmino for Liverpool. I don't necessarily like the log, because for me that should be offside. It should be offside, but we benefited from now. But in terms of the ball coming from Andy Robertson, Watford were probably had a better shape. If you look at the shape they have here now, it's a back 4. Everyone is in good position. They're unfortunate because the ball comes in. Cathcart, unfortunately, has to stretch, which would have been an own goal. But Watford didn't do anything wrong there.
Owen? Yeah, look, Mo Salah's in offside position. Cathcart, there's no way he's going to leave the ball for somebody to go and tap it in, you know, and obviously he has to play the ball, and it's not given. But, you know, I'm with John, I think it should be offside. But look, they made too many mistakes, Watford. We saw it time and time again. Look, they're just skipping by people. Danny Rose there, again, Cathcart, and another tap in for Bobby Firmino. But when Liverpool move the ball this quick and they're this sharp, and then they get in front of goal, they're just so clinical. All the players just... no mistakes, crosses, they're on the end of it, and they're just a dominant performance. And I'm with John, really. He's such an unselfish player, Bobby. Everybody loves him. Jota's started the season terrific, almost had a new front 3, but great for him because I think all his teammates love him.
Yeah, his first Premier League hat-trick since December 2018 for Roberto Firmino. So let's talk about that goal that made it 3-0. Both the guests in the studio, you just heard, they thought it was offside.
No. We thought it should have. We don't think it is, but it should be. It should be offside.
Okay, well, let's speak to Dermot Gallagher, a former Premier League referee. Dermot, why was this left to stand then?
This is Mbappe Garcia 6 days later repeated, isn't it? The law says, is Salah in offside position? Yes. Is he interfering with play? No, because he doesn't touch the ball. Is he interfering with an opponent? No, because of the distance between them. So what happens, the game goes on, you see here, as Robertson plays the ball in, Cathcart makes a deliberate attempt to play the ball. As it comes in here, you roll it on. Cathcart there makes a deliberate attempt to play the ball, and at that point, Salah isn't offside. You know, he's not given offside. Foster makes the save because it would have been an own goal for me, and if I was in, it's a goal. I'm with John and Owen. I don't like the law, but referees might not like the law, but they have to apply it. It's their Manish. And
But as Dermot said then, the second thing he said was, is he interfering? Is Salah interfering with the player? And obviously they may say no because of the distance between them, but he is interfering with the player because what he has done, he has made Cathcart go for that ball.
Yeah.
Now if Salah is not there, he's not going to go for the ball. So he has made him go for the ball.
And you're right, John. Watch him check his shoulder twice.
He's
Watch
seen
him.
it.
Look, so is it essentially he is kind of interfering with his,
and he knows he's
being
there.
worried about the cross, isn't he?
So he's made him go for the ball.
Salah's gone for the run early, right?
Yeah, well, either he's gone too early or the ball's come too late. However, he has affected Cathcart because if Salah is not there, Cathcart lets that go for a goal kick. So why is he going for it? He's only going for it because Salah is there in an offside position. But the law, as Dermot rightly says, doesn't protect that situation, so therefore legally it is a goal.
Yeah, so they've spoken here, Dermot, of course, of the defender, essentially going against his natural instincts, or having to obviously dummy the ball, allow the ball to go across the goal with the threat of a goal. But after what we saw with Mbappe and now today, it has highlighted somewhat of a grey area, and we have seen regulations changed with a slight nuance. Do you think that might happen here?
I don't know, Manish. What I do know is that I do feel for the defender. It's very, very harsh because every instinct will say, I've been brought up since a schoolboy to try and clear that ball. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think any coach would allow him to let that ball go and take a risk that Salah wasn't offside.
Okay. Clearly, Dermot has a bit of sympathy there. Dermot, thanks very much indeed, former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher. Now, it looks like Mohamed Salah is running his own Goal of the Month competition. We saw what he did against Manchester City. What about this one? Was this arguably better for you, John?
I would say yes, because in a much tighter area. You know, what he does here in a much tighter area, because against Man City, he was running 20 yards. Here, he's got a 5-yard area to work with, so many bodies around him. It was an incredible goal.
He has no right to get out of there. I mean, honestly, the guy is playing absolutely out of his skin. Absolutely. Right now, the best player in the Premier League, you know, arguably maybe even the world of football right now, the form that he's in. So
absolutely.
The quality of that, just to even stand still for that second, just to freeze all those defenders.
The composure.
It's ridiculous. And watch this for a chop, by the way. Yeah. Chops Cathcart with his weaker foot. I mean, everything about that is just pure class. And his finishing is so effortless.
And you know what coaches would say? Don't let him go out. Don't let him come back onto his left foot. Yeah. Don't let him come on his left foot. What did Man City do? Yeah. Don't let him come on his left foot. Yeah. What did he do with his right foot? He scored. That's what he did.
That's right.
So as much as you can criticize him and say, oh, you know he's going to come back on his left foot, against Man City he didn't. He went on his right foot and he scored.
He is a man at the peak of his powers. Let's hear from him. Here's Mo Salah.
The unbeaten run goes on. You had a grip on the game from the start. You never let it go today, did you?
Yeah, I think we didn't want to start as a City game, so we were talking in the dressing room that we need to start the game well, and I think that's what we did.
You had control throughout, but the goals, they were very special indeed. Should we talk about yours?
I think all the goals were very important. Bobby did a great job today, scored a hat-trick. Congratulations to him. So Sadio also scored a nice goal. So all the goals are very important.
All of them, and that was Sadio's 100th Premier League goal as well, which is a lovely goal to get it. Yeah. However, I know you don't want to talk too much. We've been watching your goal. I think they've replayed it about 4 or 5 times already.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it yet.
Maybe we'll pop it up on the screen, Marion. But you've left a few bodies on the floor there. Have you scored a better goal than that, do you think?
Last game, maybe. I don't know which one was better, this one or the City one. But you know, every time I'm in the box, I'm trying to give the ball to someone to score, or I score by myself. So it's always about the team, and always try to play for the team. So the most important thing today is we score good goals. All of us in front score. So hopefully we can carry on like that.
Yeah, we could see it as well. But in your personal form right now, do you feel you're as sharp as you've ever been?
I don't know. I'm just trying. Sometimes I don't have luck to score goals. Sometimes I'm just trying every time to give 100% from what I have and trying to help the team. Sometimes you have luck, sometimes not. But I feel, I'm confident at the moment. I feel like I'm scoring goals, helping the team to get the points, which is the most important thing.
And top of the table, you're going to be in that battle right through to the end of the season, particularly if you're in this kind of form.
Yeah, hopefully we can win the league, and we also gonna go for the Champions League. So I think it's important for a team like Liverpool, a club like Liverpool, to fight for everything.
This is going to kick off debate worldwide, really. Which of the last two Mo Salah goals was the better? Owen?
I mean, look, they're both absolutely fantastic. But I think the one against City, I'd say just because the opposition, you know, is for me the better goal. But, I mean, both goals are just, I mean, he blows you away. Every time you watch Mo Salah, he just makes it look so easy. And it's so hard, you know. Everybody else is flying around and he's chopping and dribbling. You know, even he was impressed by that goal. By the way, he celebrated. He was proper proud of it.
Cast your minds back just 2 weeks ago. And can you decipher between one or the other, John?
No, they're both great goals. And of course, from a point of preference, you know, if you like him coming on his left foot or going on his right foot. So I really can't choose between them. It's hard to say which one is more difficult, because dribbling around 3 or 4 players is difficult no matter who you play against. But as Owen says, you're playing against Man City in the top of the table against those players. Maybe you may just give it that edge in favour of Man City. But the Watford one was also incredible.
You're sitting on the fence, John, which is unlike you. But which would you prefer to have scored?
Either.
If you had to choose one of them.
I thought the City
It
one,
doesn't matter.
I mean, the City one with the right foot finish is like, oh,
Well, not only that,
I mean,
because it's against City.
Yeah.
You know, and this, I'm not being disrespectful to Watford.
No,
and it's 5-0. So, yeah, okay. If you want me to say, I would say the City goal.
Okay.
I don't think it's better. I'd rather score against City.
We got there in the end. More reaction.